Hi, it's Matt Selhorst, creator of the Splash System, and I'm committed to helping you sell more boats, make more money, and have more fun. I've been having a lot of fun this week. Been at our lake place at the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri with my family, my two little girls, my wife, my parents, my brother and sister, and their families. So we had 7 kids and had a great time. Spent a lot of time on the pontoon, the 32-foot bow rider, and had a blast down here. Visited some restaurants, did some tubing, did some floating, listened to some good country music, and had a great time. But we were on the South Bay pontoon that we have down here, just a 22-foot, 24-foot maybe, 24-foot with a 150 tri-tune. Great for the kids to do tubing and water sports off this, and have the big bow rider to get through some of the rough chop down here. Saw a ton of pontoons on the water, and it made me think about the unique selling points, the topic I talk about in both of my books, Marine Marketing Strategies, and my latest one, Boat Dealer Profits, how the Splash System can help you sell more boats, make more money, and have more fun. And all of the pontoons on the water, they all look similar. They all have similar features and layouts. There's a handful that have carved out their little niche. Down at the Lake of the Ozarks, you can see this black one right there, if you can see that. But it is PlayCraft. PlayCraft's kind of carved out a niche down here where they are the kind of the speed performance pontoon that is a little bit more decked out, kind of the fancied up pontoon for speedboat people that still want the size and comfort and the other benefits of a pontoon. But especially for pontoon manufacturers, even bow riders and wakeboard, what can you do to really set yourself apart? A pontoon, you've got all the different layouts, but what can you do as a manufacturer or as a dealer carrying a manufacturer to set that pontoon apart? Bennington's done a great job with their warranty. They've got the longest warranty in the marketplace, and that gives them that unique point that they can point to and say, listen, we've got this, nobody else does. What can you come up with? And it may not be necessarily a feature or a component of the boat, but just a way to talk about in the sales process that's going to set you apart from the just numerous. You go to a boat show and there's 5, 10, 15 pontoon manufacturers sitting on the showroom floor. And for most consumers, I've been out here with people that have been boating for 40 years. I talked to the guy that kind of got us into coming to the Ozarks across the lake. I stopped by and said hey to him. And been around boats for 40 plus years. People that have had condos and places down here for over 10 years have nice boats, but they don't know boating like you and I know boating. They don't understand the features that are beneficial. They don't understand the little details that you can really point out in the sales process, and you can come up with some great messaging. One of my favorite things to do in the Splash System is to talk to my dealers and pull out of them those special things that they do, those special things that their manufacturers do that they just aren't getting the mileage out of. They're not talking about it, and they're not talking about it in a clear and concise and persuasive and powerful way. And they just they do it, but they're not getting credit for it. Or they're not saying it in a way that gives them any competitive advantage over their competition in the sales process. So think about ways that you could talk about your brand, the ways that you can talk about your dealership, your service, and put it in a clear and concise way, what I call a unique selling point, a way that, hey, we are the only ones that can say this, and it's powerful, persuasive, and it actually means something important to the consumer, the end consumer, when they're floating on the water, sitting at anchor. What is it that's going to give them confidence? That's going to reduce the fear of making that big buying decision. That's going to give them a status, an elite status when they're out on the water or when they're at an event or coming into your showroom using your service department. What can elevate you above the competition so that you're the clear choice to buy the boat in your area? You're the clear manufacturer to buy the boat around the nation, and really put some thought into it. You know, go through all of your competition's brochures, websites, mystery shop them at the dealership level, and you'll find that nearly everybody, whether it's South Bay, Harris, Bennington, Manitou, PlayCraft, Lowe, I mean, I can look through the Cove here and I can count off 10 different manufacturers of pontoons. What makes yours different? And really put some serious thought into what makes you different, what can you do to separate you even more, and then how can you say it in a clear and concise way that's powerful and persuasive to the consumer. Not to you, not that sounds pretty, not that's flowery language, because most of the time that's not what sells. What sells is clear, concise. Think about, I hate to even say this because I don't want this to be political, but think about how Donald Trump speaks in the campaign. Clear, concise messaging over and over and over and over and over. And that's how your consumer talks, whether they're buying a $35,000 pontoon, a $120,000 bow rider, or, you know, $500,000, $1 million yachts and sport yachts that I've seen out here on the water. They speak in just a clear, everyday language. They're not talking flowery about their boats and their lifestyle. They just have plain talk, and they want to know why is buying from you the right decision versus any and every other decision that they have. Wow, I went through a lot of different things in there, kind of scrambled all together, but all wrapped under having a good, solid, unique selling point. So hopefully that resonates with you. Hopefully you'll put the work in, because it's not something that you do in just 20 minutes. It's something that you start with a baseline from what you do now, and you build on it. You say, oh, we could do this that's pretty inexpensive but adds a ton of value. We already do this, and let's say it this way, which makes it sound even better and really brings home the benefit of what we do. It's part of the splash system. It's one of my favorite things to do with folks going through the splash system, and in the consulting with manufacturers and working with dealers, coaching them. But hopefully gives you something to think about. Check out some more of the videos, the blog, the podcasts. And if you're interested in the splash system, you can apply for that to check it out. And that's all at boatdealerprofits.com. Thanks a lot. We're going to get this baby tarped up, covered up, and put away until the next visit. Thanks a lot, and we will hopefully talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.